People always say that you should start with the why. Now, who better than one of the core members of 21 Energy to tell you the why behind their product, the Ofen 2? I met up with them at Bitcoin Amsterdam 2025 to ask them just that.
Yeah, we were thinking quite a lot of for the design. So our previous version was more like a side table. Rico will show the picture in the video as well. And for the new device, we were thinking, okay, how would Apple made it, and how would a classical heating device look like? A classical heating device is mostly in white and not in black, and that was the reason why we decided to go with white. Our goal was to make it like wall mounted, so you can put it pretty clean in the living room, that it does not consume too much space in the living room. And yeah, that's the design in the end, which we came out, and we are pretty happy about it. And I think the feedback from the clients is couldn't be better. So everything done right.
If you're like me and 99% of the people in first world countries, you're paying to heat your home, right? Every kilowatt hour goes into thin air, gone. Now meanwhile, miners out there are running rigs that burn the same power, but they get paid for it. That gap, that stupid inefficiency, is where 21 Energy stepped in. They build a machine that turns your heat bill into a Bitcoin stream. Not just a side hustle. And not just cloud mining nonsense. Real hardware, real heat, and real payouts. Now, I covered one of their first models, the Ofen Pro, when it dropped. It was sleek, loud in the best way, and proved a point. You can heat your living room and earn sats at the same time. I mean, I still use it in my office and it gets it warmed up so quickly that I can even sit in my t-shirt in the middle of winter. But that was the prototype era. This year, they came back with the Ofen 2. It's smaller, quieter, cheaper, smarter. It's the same concept, but new execution. And they also have a special Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale coming up, so be sure to check out the details in the description and the pinned comment, including the discount links. Now, before you think this is another video of an influencer trying to sell you something, it's not, because this video isn't about hype. It's about how these guys took something every house already needs, which is heat, and wired it into the Bitcoin network. Now we're going to break down who 21 Energy is, what they've built, and why the Ofen 2 might be the first piece of mining gear that belongs next to your couch instead of collecting dust in your attic. 21 Energy is an Austrian builder of Bitcoin heaters founded in 2022 by Maximilian Abwexer and Lucas Waldner.
Nice to meet you. I'm Lucas, co-founder of 21 Energy. We're an Austrian-based company, now in the market for 3 years. And yeah, we have a new heating device, the Ofen 2. It is a Bitcoin heater which heats and mines at the same time. So you get a cashback while heating. And yeah, you see it in the background here. It's now a flat, white, wall-mounted device. And yeah, in a nice design. We always called it the wife approval factor, that you can put it in the living room now.
Now, units are assembled in Tyrol and shipped to 30 plus countries. The team is public, the leadership is named on the site, and the pitch is very simple. Sell electric heaters that are also Bitcoin miners. And this is not a stealth hobby shop. It's a young manufacturer pushing a very specific get paid to heat model. And the product line splits by use case. Now for homes, 21 Energy's first breakout was the Ofen Pro. Now my last video covered this model and you can see there how it works. You plug into power and Wi-Fi, point at a pool, pick a wallet, and the heat that would be wasted on a normal heater becomes both room warmth and sats. And for commercial spaces, there's edge. Think warehouses or workshops, not living rooms. It spans roughly 1.5 to 8.20 watt kilowatts of heat with noise in the 50 to 70 decibel range depending on output. Now under the shell sits S19 class boards. Now the page quotes hash rates up to 360 terahashes and energy per hash claims typical for that silicon generation. Now it also runs Brains OS Plus, Connect over LAN and 400 V power and targets areas up to around 360 square meters. Now the pitch here is process heat or space heat you already need, now tied to a miner where the kilowatt hours create both warmth and BTC flow. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for their new product, the Ofen 2. It's their second gen home unit. That line is a 1000 watt heater rated for rooms up to 50 square meters with a listed 32 decibel noise floor on the quiet setting. The site shows up to 40 terahashes and a price of 2,090 euros including VAT and shipping if you sign up to the newsletter, so you'll get 20 euros off. Now the company frames returns as Bitcoin reward per kilowatt hour. with example averages dated June 2025 and place a setup in a few minutes over Wi-Fi. Now there's a cleaner industrial design than the Pro. The mass drops to about 24 kilograms and the dimensions are 90 by 32 by 14 centimeters, so it sits flatter against a wall. Now the roadmap on the page flags a thermostat feature coming soon, time schedules, a mobile app for remote control and spot price aware heating to bias runtime toward cheaper electricity windows.
Is the thermostat already available? Because I was checking out the app. I saw that the thermostat was an option. Right now, currently, I don't own the thermostat, so I just have it on the regular setting, but that works great as well. And you can just, whenever you feel it's warm enough, you can tone it down a bit. Is it something the consumers can get as well and install already, or is it still in development?
No, it's available, public available since this Tuesday, so November 11th. And yeah, now for all people who are looking this video in the next days, the thermostat will definitely be available.
That's great. And it's an option, or will it automatically be delivered with the heater that they choose?
It will automatically be delivered with the Ofen 2, but you can choose whether you want to run the device with the 5 different heating levels or with the Bluetooth thermostat.
And this matters for miners on variable tariffs or homes with solar. Which is another thing that's good to know as well, because if you have solar panels, their site also links a PV mining calculator to monetize midday surplus in summer.
What I like about this as well is that if you have solar panels and you live in the Netherlands, for instance, where we are right now in Amsterdam, the more you deliver back to the net, they kind of want you to pay for that right now. Because in the summer, they can't put away your energy, and then in the winter, you have to buy it back, right? So if you have like solar panels like I have, then what's great about this is when you turn it on, you've got 100% efficiency in heat. That's one thing. It saves you energy that you otherwise would have to sell back or basically have to pay for with the electric company. So that saves you as well. And it generates you Bitcoin or Satoshis, actually Satoshis. So it's kind of beneficial in all ways in comparison to, let's say, a regular electric heater that you would just buy at a store, put in your household, and then have to, most of them are about 2.5 kilowatts or something. And then every hour you're using 2.5 kilowatts of energy and it's not generating you any income, right?
And to give you an actual idea, the miner sits close to me where I'm filming right now, and you can't even hear it, not even if I put the mic there. No sound. It's really that quiet. Now what's good to know is that a 1 kilowatt electric heater always turns 1 kilowatt of electricity into 1 kilowatt of heat. Now a Bitcoin heater does the same conversion but routes the electricity through ASICs first, so you get heat plus hashes. Your cash flow then depends on 4 levers you already know from mining: power price, hash rate delivered, pool lock and fees, and the BTC price minus network difficulty moves. Now 21 Energy tries to make that plug and play and household safe. They ship with Brains OS Plus so auto-tuning can hunt favorable chip states. And they quote noise low enough for a bedroom or office, as you just heard a minute ago. Now let's stitch it all together, because you guys have seen the Ofen Pro as proof that heat can pay. The Ofen 2 tightens that message. Lower profile, lighter, quieter specs, same up to 40 terahertz ceiling and a lower price tag than Pro. Now where Pro framed itself as a high-end living room showpiece with 1.1 kilowatt output and a premium price, Ofen 2 leans into approachable hardware with a clearer setup path and stronger messaging around app control, schedules and smart power timing. Now for people who liked the concept last time but held back on price or form factor, Ofen 2 is the re-offer. Easier to place, less audible, and priced to widen the funnel. Now you can point to the company's funding news as evidence that they're scaling production and firmware features, not sunsetting the category. Now for references, a 10 to 15 square meter home office needs only a few hundred watts to stay comfortable in shoulder seasons. Now Ofen 2 on low can cover that while hashing quietly. A 20 to 30 square meters living space during winter evenings will ask for mid to high power, and the noise spec stays on the typical conversational levels even at higher output. And if you have rooftop solar, daytime winter sun can push the miner while you bank room heat. Now the app roadmap and their PV calculator speak to that. If you're on a variable tariff in Europe, scheduling hashes into off-peak hours while still meeting comfort targets can move your net cost closer to the site's cashback per kilowatt hour framing. edge then becomes your shop floor story. Keep an industrial bay warm while feeding a cluster that hashes as long as the workday demands heat.
If you've got any questions, feel free to reach out to them, even if you have like issues with your device where it's not connecting, or when you wonder whether or not something is working correctly. I've personally tried out their help desk system as well, their service point. They've been absolutely fantastic to me. I've got answers within 24 hours and I had it up and running very, very quickly. So that's great as well. It's something I think is important, you know, when you can have like a great story, a great narrative, a great thought process into your products. But if the aftermarket or the aftercare isn't up to par, then that's always a shame. But in this case, the aftermarket is definitely up to par. I've got good experiences with it.
Now keep in mind, they do have Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales, and I've put links in the description and in the pinned comments so you can get a hefty discount on their products. So, if you already pay for heat, routing those same kilowatt hours through an ASIC is a rational upgrade path. You still buy electricity, you still get the same room warmth, and now you also get SATs streamed from a pool to a wallet you control. The reward per kilowatt hour framing is the right mental model here because it normalizes across tariffs and seasons. Your personal break-even lives in your energy bill and your tolerance for BTC price swings. Now what 21 Energy is selling with Ofen 2 is the appliance layer that removes most of the fiddly bits while staying domestically acceptable on sound, form factor and setup. They have a special Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale coming up, so be sure to check out the details in the description and pinned comment, including all my discount links. And that's the story to tell. The last time my story was this works. This time my story is this fits your home and your schedule. With a dated spec sheet, a live price and a funded team pushing features and production into this heating season. Now that's it for now. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. Doei!